What's up and welcome back to another video, guys. Today I'm going to be reviewing set 8014, the Clone Walker Battle Pack. This set released on January 1st of 2009 for $11.99, but now if you want to buy one new in box, it's going to cost you around $100. Taking a look at some of the box art here, it has some very nostalgic box art from 2009 with that Phase 1 Clone Trooper and other very good box art. As we move over to the back of the box, we can see the 4 minifigures that we have in this set, being the Clone Commander as well as 2 Clone Troopers and the Clone Gunner. Some very nice minifigures, and as we move down, we can see its sister set being the Assassin Droid Battle Pack. If we grab one of our minifigures from this set, we can see that this is true size on the back of the box, which is always nice to get a good estimate of what you're going to be getting inside of this set. Now, as we move on to our first minifigure in the set, being the Clone Commander, being a very great minifigure, it does use the base of just that 2008 style animated Clone Trooper. However, he is tricked out in a bunch of different black armor that is removable and customizable. He has the visor on top, which is posable, movable up and down, as well as the comma and the waist cape, and also some very, very nice dual blasters. I really like the shape of these, and I think it's the best clone pistols that we have got, and definitely a lot better than the big bulky ones that we have right now from LEGO Star Wars. Overall, I think this is a great minifigure, and it is definitely one of the draws to this set. Next up, we have the Clone Trooper in the 2008 animated style. Personally, I think this is one of the best Clone Troopers that LEGO has ever made, so I may be a little bit biased in this review, but I think he has some great printing looking toward the helmet, as well as just the overall helmet shape, and some really good printing on the front, and also on the back has some very nice printing. Now, you actually get 2 of them in this set, which is very, very good for army building, and I'm a big fan of this minifigure. And lastly, we have a very underrated minifigure being the Clone Gunner. I think this guy has some great detailing, using the base of that 2008 style clone, but looking toward the top, you have some very good detail with the Republic logo on the top of the helmet, with the printing, which does look very, very good in my opinion. As you come to the torso, you also have printing on the front, and then the arms being a different color in that gray, which makes the back exactly the same, but with the gray arms, it adds a different silhouette when you look from the back of this minifigure. I think one of the greatest things about this set regarding the minifigures, though, aren't the minifigures themselves, but the accessories included. By doing this, it allows you to make a ton of different custom clones. Yes, you can do just what is given in the instructions, the commander, and then using the extra pieces to accessorize your other minifigures with this rangefinder, which looks really good, as well as the small flashlight attachment. However, I think that there are some other ways to utilize this, and it adds for a lot of different customability. With all of these different attachments, there are so many different combinations that you can make with these Clone Troopers, making it so the set never gets boring, and the more you buy, the more pieces you get, so the more custom clones that you can make, and I think this is one of the best things about this LEGO set in my opinion. As we move on to the build of the Clone Walker itself, I think, while being a bit outdated, is still a very nice and charming build. It has a pretty good overall silhouette, albeit a little bit top heavy, and you do have room to put 2 Clone Troopers on the top in this set later on. There is a stickered piece right here with the Republic logo, which I think looks very, very good. I know that many people aren't big fans of stickers, but I think this one gets the job done. As you move to the legs, they are very, very basic with a couple of studs showing, but I think they look good. And you even have this gun on the front and flick-fire missiles on the side. Overall, I think this is a very, very good build, and if you flip it to the other side, it is mirrored on both of the sides and even the legs. You can fit 2 of your Clone Troopers in the seats on top, and I think that they look very, very good here. I do think that it is lacking some sort of control panel for the clones to hold on to, albeit it is a little bit cramped up there, so I understand why it wasn't included. But I think once you have your Clone Troopers in here, this set looks very, very good, and I'm very pleased with how LEGO went about building this, even though it was done in 2009. Now, before stud shooters plagued all of our LEGO sets, we had what was called a flick-fire missile, which, as the title implies, you flick and then it fires, albeit it is a little bit challenging, which does make me realize why stud shooters were eventually added into the other LEGO sets. But now, as we take an overview on the set, I think that this is one of the greatest battle packs of all time. I think the build is very, very good, as well as getting 4 very, very good minifigures. I don't have any issues with this set, and I think it is great. Now, I have to give it up to LEGO for this one. This is one of the greatest battle packs that we've ever got. LEGO just does not make sets like they did back in 2009, and this only going for $12 then, which adjusted for inflation is about $18 or $17.77 today. But today, we're lucky if we're even getting a clone battle pack for 20 bucks, because LEGO's trying to go for these massive super battle packs, which I'm not a big fan of, and I just wish that we got more battle packs like this, because they are so, so good. Now, unfortunately, you aren't going to be able to find this for the $18 today. It goes more like for sealed in box, about $100, which is, a lot of money for a battle pack like this, but it is a very nostalgic set. But you can find them out of box and already used for pretty cheap, around 40 bucks, which I think is a good deal. This being one of the most nostalgic battle packs, one of just the most nostalgic LEGO sets for me personally, because it is in that time that I was getting into LEGO in 2009 as a child, and it is just a very, very good set in my opinion. It may lack in a couple of play features, but I think the flick fire fire missiles, as well as all of the different customability in the clones, makes this a very, very good set. Now, as for recommending someone to buy this set, personally, unless you are an avid collector, I don't really think it's worth buying one of these sealed to open and build, just given that price point, especially when you can get a used one for around $40 to $50 that is complete and would even come with the box. I think that is definitely the better way to go. Unless you are someone who wants to collect the sealed sets, I think it is definitely one to pick up, and I think it's one that's going to hold its value and continue to increase in value as time goes on, given that LEGO does not make these 2008 style Clone Troopers anymore, and just given that I think that this is a great battle pack and one that holds nostalgia and a lot of value to fans in that kind of personal level. And I do think it is a great set, if only this is how LEGO made their sets now and they were very accessible and army buildable. But overall, I am a big fan of this set, and if I had to give it a rating out of 10, I think I would give it about a 9.5 out of 10. This is just a very, very good set in my opinion. Let me know down below in the comments if this is a set that you guys owned at any point in time or one that you are looking to purchase in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. Drew, signing out.